Alright, it is time to go into the Apothecary's home
That way.
and explore down in the basement. Just coming down here, updated search the cellar. We found the cellar mentioned by the journal. Time to have a look around. Alright, so let's have a look around.
With haste.
The mission has to come first.
I'll give myself some guidance as I'm looking around.
I must keep going.
How unseemly. Mine for the taking. To new horizons.
Lots of alchemical materials here, which is not really surprising. And a wooden chest with some potions in it. This healer's log. Patient Samson, occupation blacksmith, malady gout. Comments. Samson's become accustomed to the good life since he acquired that new apprentice. I gave him a tincture of autumn crocus and told him to avoid red meat and ale. Patient Branley, occupation Cooper, malady large wooden splinter in hand. Comments. Splinter removed, wound cleaned, doused in balsam ointment and bandaged. That balsam ointment is basically the reason to read this. Now that we've read this, we unlock a dialogue option for later. Patient, Timic, occupation, nun, child, malady, swallowed bottle cork. Comments. No hardness or blockage in stomach. The cork should pass without causing harm. I gave the lad a stern warning. Patient, Dida, occupation, apprentice blacksmith, malady, minor burns to the face and hands. Comments. Another burn for Samson's eager young apprentice. The usual treatment was applied, but I urged her to slow her pace at work before she inflicts real harm on herself.
That might be worth a look.
And we noticed a lever behind these wooden crates. So move those out of the way in. Hit the lever. Lever. And that opens up a bookcase here. Oh, I got myself turned around. Now these moldy coffins, some of them will have creatures in them, but this moldering casket right here in the sort of corner actually has some interesting items in it. Scroll of Summon Quasit. Some alchemist fires. The Nutbuster. A charming little rock. The word Nutbuster has been scraped into it with a claw. The Poo-Scraper. Thickened and revolting, the abyss is not the worst place this has been. Shovel's Friend Finder. Shovels can be used to dig. Oh, just because it is pitted with rust doesn't mean it isn't ideal for digging up new friends. And then Friend. Eyebrows, horns, and rosy cheeks have been drawn upon this skull in a number of bodily fluids. And that's just like, that stuff belongs to who we're about to summon. So, This Scroll of Summon Quasit won't appear on your list if you transcribe from Spellbook on your spell screen. But if you right click on it, you can learn the spell for 50 gold. We do have enough to do that. And then, yep, find familiar cheeky Quasit. Let's put that in place of Grease. I guess it doesn't really matter what we replace right now because we only have one spell slot remaining and we're about to use it.
Oh, shit-pilling toe rag! Never summon shovel, never feed shovel, now call shovel!
You recognize the tiny fiend, a Quasit. Wicked creatures, often used as familiars.
Wait! You smell funny. Like fire and iron. Like a dragon.
So all of these dialogue options basically are admitting that he is a sorcerer. I guess he would admit this much at least. There's dragon blood in me, but that's all I know.
So, a fake dragon? Oh, boring. Master Ilyn is fun. So, you're Shovel's master now. Fine.
Your name is Shovel.
Master Ilyn calls me Shovel. Don't like it? Change it.
What would you like to be called?
Don't care.
Does Basket sound good to you?
Basket. I like. Baskets hold babies. My favorite. So, what first, Master? Gutting locals? Raising the dead? Making them walk? Making them scream?
Is that what you and your old master did here?
Yes. Steal bodies, tear them, then Ilyn puts them back together. Again and again. When he wasn't horny for the book. Oh, book this, book that. He loves the book.
What book?
Oh, Master should go see. Talk to the mirror, and remember, balsam, good for burns.
Now, this cheeky little Quasit just gave us false information. Balsam was good for wounds, not for burns. In future days, Basket will have more hit points because we will include him in the aid that Shadowheart casts. But for now, he just is what he is. But he can pretty much go invisible at will. So we're gonna have him do that.
What?
You do have to be careful about letting him walk through water, though. If he gets wet, that will ruin the invisibility.
What have we here?
So then, of course, we're going to open up one of these and trigger the encounter that we have no way of knowing is there. And of course, they're gonna go get all of the others. So, well, I mean, he's right here. Let's start taking him out. Let's have Karlach go this way.
That's it.
Oh, I had to jump, so no rage right now. And Shadowheart. Create water over there.
The lance board is set.
Oh, they have ranged weapons on. One of these. Yeah, that one is... I could potentially finish this one
In
off,
my best interest.
but no.
Taking position.
Now I will rage. And I've missed all... Oh, that's one
Not gonna
is
like this, mate.
potentially... There we go. Shadowheart. Let's go ahead and do this thing. Oh wait, she was too far away. My bad.
On I go.
What fools these mortals be. The lesson is death.
Oh, but... There we go. This one is gonna go in between. Robust Guardian.
On the move. Watch this.
Definitely gonna sit here and drink a potion first. Unable to heal yourself right now. Uh-oh. Then I am going to jump away.
Count on me.
And let's get Basket in here. Well, no. Basket can't finish any of them off right now. All Basket would do is get himself hurt.
Can't afford to let up.
they're using arrows of Ilmater.
May the dice roll in my favor.
That's why they can't regain hit points. And I only have 2.
I'm ready.
Alright, so I'll throw some water over here.
I know what to do.
A rough tempest I will raise. Pawn to cleric 4.
My faith will protect me. Have to keep going.
I'll have Lae'zel cast shield. Seems like a good time for it. Okay. Karlach can heal now, and will definitely use the bigger potion.
Under their noses.
Swift and lethal. On I go.
He's only missing a little bit of hit points, so I'll just use a regular potion of healing here. And I'll drink the larger one myself.
I speak, they burn. Swiftly now.
On the move.
Can I even shove you? Yes.
In my best interest.
That seems fine.
Let's cut with fire, baby. Well, well. Look what we have here.
Got to keep fighting.
Creator. Destroyer. Full
last much longer.
See if we can finish
No
that one
time to
off.
waste.
Yes, but unfortunately by the crushing damage, so we didn't get the XP. I'll start moving. Start moving back over.
This is gonna feel good.
I'll use the prepare here.
Can't give up.
Shadowheart. Advantage from the guiding bolt. How about
Swords meet sorcery.
Got to concentrate.
Gone with the weave.
use the advantage to get a double damage Ray of Frost? And not quite enough.
What should I do?
Unleash me.
Got to focus.
The witching hour.
And it fell over. Excellent.
Ready for another round?
I will ascend. Let's finish this.
Allow me to demonstrate. Danse macabre.
Alright, before we continue on, I'm gonna loot everything from this room and the previous room over there. So I will rejoin you. Alright, so we are gonna use our other short rest after that fight.
Rested enough.
Largely
Now,
because before we
forward.
get into another major fight, we are gonna want to long rest. And then we are gonna have everybody come back here. And go investigate this mirror up here. Ornate mirror.
An enchanted mirror. Raw magic leashed to a bauble. Almost sad.
I'm Jack the Human? No. And Arcana. Sniff the mirror, trying to understand the nature of its magic.
The magic is old and wavering, but you recognize it. The mirror is a thinking lock, hiding some secret. It seems some vain wizard took living magic and twisted it into a forgotten curio.
Speak your name.
So we did read that book, and we did see that name Ilyn Toth in the book. Let's see what happens if we repeat that name.
I know my master's face. You are not Ilyn, Toth. If you are his ally, step forward and declare it.
Yes, an ally. I'm an ally of your master's.
Only a true ally of Ilyn, Toth may pass. What think you of the Zolkir known as Zastan?
You recognize the name, of course. Anyone that knows of the Red Wizards would. Zastam is a powerful lich that rules the land of Thay. He drove many Red Wizards out of their ancestral home.
Actually, I haven't had this dialogue option before. Actually, Zastam isn't a Zolkir. He rules as High Regent now.
A poor choice. You will be purged.
It's roasting time. Yep, let's get out of here.
We're on the same side last time I checked.
Okay. I underestimated how far back into the cave it went. Let's get everybody a little bit further back in case that happens again. Although it didn't do that much damage. Alright, let's try that again. And you saw how Shovel reacted to that. She was quite excited. Or I guess Basket. That's the reason she told us the wrong information about the balsam oil, is she was hoping that that would happen.
You are not my master. If you are his ally, step forward and declare it.
Yes, I'm an ally of your master's.
Only a true ally of Ilyn, Toth may pass. What think you of the Zolkir known as Zastan?
You recognize the name, of course. Anyone that knows of the Red Wizards would. Zastam is a powerful lich that rules the land of Thay. He drove many Red Wizards out of their ancestral home.
So, we now know that the mirror is not interested in factual information regarding Zastam. And according to the book, this Ilyn Toth was not a fan. A foul lich. May he die 1,000 more deaths.
You are no Zolkir, but are you wise? Tell me, why might one use balsam ointment?
We've already triggered the trap for Basket's amusement, so we're just going to go with the read a doctor's journal. He used balsam to clean a wound. Actually, the text is different, but it is the same result, I'm sure, if you say that it treats burns. I read a doctor's journal. He used balsam to clean a wound.
Acceptable. Finally. If you could see anything in me, what would it be?
I'd see myself in my next incarnation, a living manifestation of Netherese magic, a mythal in my own right.
You seek to survive. You seek power. Be welcome.
Alright, now we can bring everybody over here. And let's talk to Basket again.
See? Tell you true.
You did not tell me the truth, though. Like, not
a
even a
hidden
little bit.
laboratory full of abandoned experiments. Color me in my element.
See? Tell you truth, Beefy! Trust me. Always. Always!
Okay, I was thinking maybe he had something different to say once we crossed the threshold. But let's take a look around.
Take heed. I see a trap.
There's a chest here. With these bracers of defense, you gain a +2 bonus to armor class as long as you are not wearing armor or holding a shield. Those items are pretty trash. Gale's holding a shield, Shadowheart's holding a shield. Karlach is not wearing armor or holding a shield. Because Karlach doesn't have anything else to put in that slot right now, it is actually not terrible for her at the moment. You may be interested in these research notes.
Easy enough.
Raised dead, failed, gone too long, body decomposed. Reanimation, failed, came back as a ghoul, had to kill again. Speak with dead, failed, answers unhelpful. Clone, failed, needs living tissue. Reanimation plus clone, failed, had to kill both ghouls. Resurrection, failed, why? Magical curse? True resurrection. I have reached the limit of my skills and resources. The book offers help. Dare I accept? The Collectiana Rubrum. You turn page after page filled with strange alchemical sketches and formulae. Some are written plainly, some in runes and scripts you barely recognize. There are guides to transmuting materials and recipes for weapons of war, but more than anything else, the book is concerned with reanimating dead flesh. Moonhaven Logbook. The book is filled with pages and pages of observations, tracking travelers and people in the village. You turn to the final pages. 26 Eliasis, Oliver Singe, merchant, arrives in Moonhaven, departs next day, Kalashite. 7 Eliant, stranger, name unknown, passes through, not Thayan. Rashemi? 14 Marpana, 3 men in black armor pass through, not Thayan. 2 Uktar, Hackett, journeyman, passes through, not Thayan. 30 Uktar, raid, black armored soldiers, some damage, not Thayan, but dangerous. 14 Nidal, the book's key gem has gone missing, familiar ordered to watch my apprentice. 14 Nidal, Singe passes through, doesn't stop. And Singe was the merchant from the first century. 15 Nidal, familiar reports apprentice disappeared near Wyll, will observe. 18 Nidal, raid, same soldiers as before, townsfolk taken. 20 Nidal, smoke on horizon, raid? And then the main point of information that we can gather from this is that the book that he's been referencing has a key gem that has gone missing, and that his apprentice has disappeared near a well. So that's information to keep in mind. Meanwhile, there's this basilisk oil. May as well pick that up. There's a rusted key here. And a lever here. Which opens the way back into the basement proper. It's an easy escape. How about this wooden chest? Some scrolls. Nice. Pick up that mugwort. And an antidote. already gotten that chest. So let's deal with this trap.
What am I to do? Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Uh-oh. I failed to disarm it, but nothing happened. So I guess I'll try again. Okay.
One with the weave.
Well, maybe I shouldn't bring everybody over, just in case there are more traps that I didn't see.
Let's go. My. I'd better be careful not to trigger that thing.
There is. And the rusted key worked on the rusted gate, so we can get rid of that now.
Oh, action, not reaction. Assume nothing.
And we see another
An
trap.
efficient path. I've spotted a trap. Move with purpose.
Let's just disarm that one. And now that we have, we can go ahead and try to disarm this one.
Nasty surprise. Caution is warranted here.
And try to disarm this one. The plate, though, is the one that matters.
Lost in thought.
So, the necromancy of Thay. It is not too late.
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in. Beneath the allure, you feel the faintest echo of torment. There is great power in this book, but also great suffering.
A cursed book? How obvious. Whoever opens it deserves the fate that befalls them.
Curious. Why don't you take a closer look? I'll observe from back here.
Please don't open the creepy book.
This is probably the book that's been referenced. It probably needs that key gem that we've read about, and we don't have it. I will tuck the book into my pack. We do notice that it is vulnerable to radiant damage and immune to pretty much everything else. Alright, so now I'm going to completely loot this basement area and get back with you. Okay, we've looted, but instead of just going back up to the surface, I'm gonna go sell stuff and long rest. So let's go to the Emerald Grove environs. Alright, vending time. I'll be back. Alright, so Arca and Memnos are back up since I have long rested since that little fiasco.
Let's hit the road, Memnos. I'm sick of this place.
Soon.
And then they take off. Actually, I hope that didn't just ruin my ability to save all the tieflings. Well, anyway, I also managed to pick up a second-hand crossbow +1. I bought it as a +1, which doesn't really matter that much. Although I do suppose I may as well at least put the +1 in my offhand, because if I'm ever using that as an attack, it's gonna be my bonus action. So I may as well get the bonus to hit there. And then it is definitely time for a long rest. So let's go ahead and do that.
Hellfire. She's coming.
Wyll, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
Gods damn it. Anyone but her.
Just who in the 9 hells are you?
Wyll, you absolute stinker. You kept me a secret? Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Wyll's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Wyll. But Karlach's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlach, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlach meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart.
You'd better not lay a damned finger on Karlach.
Don't you worry. That ship has long sailed the Styx. But a defiant pup must still pay his price. To wit.
Wyll burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlach, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Wyll, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Wyll hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that.
He's a good man. Maybe the best of us that I'm keeping in camp.
You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was. Copper for your thoughts?
You and Mizora seem to know each other. How?
We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted.
I can see why you were so keen to escape.
No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
Do you think she'll keep coming after you?
I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.
And Wyll wants to talk?
Gods damn her, straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mizora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Wyll was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
What did you expect? She's a devil. Hardly a paragon of honesty.
All these years. You'd think it's a lesson I'd have well learned. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast.
What are the terms of your pact?
I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word. The goblins still infest the roads. As long as their leaders live, Zevlor's people are trapped.
What do you make of Raphael?
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales. Don't you think?
With the right teacher, yes. What are your thoughts on the devil, Wyll?
Refuse him, no matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you. The cost will be too great.
Don't worry. I have no interest in the devil's deal.
That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with, and then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
How does it feel to be a devil?
It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck. Not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see?
I don't think Gale would quite be flirty, although I do think he finds Wyll attractive. I think he'll just say, I see the blade of frontiers, no more and no less.
It's because you know the heart lurking under the horns. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, and one day they will see the blade of frontiers again.
You should get out of this pact.
A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to.
I think Gale knows enough to know that these are not viable options. There must be some loophole in the contract that lets you out.
There could well be. She has the blighted thing. What I know of it is simply what has engraved itself upon my memory. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mystra no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads.
And Gale would definitely be the kind of person who thinks that we can out-bargain the devil if we put our worms together.
We can. I'm sure of it. How glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet.
I think I've exhausted all of his dialogue for now.
The blade of frontiers in the guise of a devil. I'd remark on the irony, but I'd hate to waste the breath. Still, it took guts to defy that petty patron of his. The blade's sting is real.
So, Wyll did the right thing, and it earned him a set of horns. Let that be a lesson to us all.
What do you think is waiting for us at Moonrise Towers?
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
I hope Mystra flies into the blades of a windmill for what she did to Wyll. Though, I must admit, the new look is a little dashing.
Alright, let's pry a little. There's something you're not telling me. I'm sure of it.
I don't know what you mean.
No, I think you know exactly what I mean.
It's nothing, really.
Persuasion. We have to be honest with each other. What is it you're keeping with me? This seems unlikely. Certainly not using inspiration.
What makes you think I'm hiding anything? If I've something to share, I'll let you know.
Alright, I pried enough for now. I will take it. And let's have ourselves a bit of a rest. Not using the owlbear egg. In fact, I need to remember to sell that. I guess I don't need to sell it immediately. let's...
Keep the goblins out forever. This is no fortress and we're no warriors.
Oh wait. So
The air is ripe with magic.
we did actually accomplish quite a bit, I think. We got ourselves a shovel, and we got ourselves the Necromancy of Thay, although we do not yet have the ability to open it. And the next time we come in, we're gonna go exploring this blacksmith's workshop, and we're gonna see what's underneath there. So, I will see you next time. Have a good one.